So if you know that there has been stored anger within your system, and I'm going to make a very wide generalizing guess that everybody here, depending on where we're at, either used to have a lot of anger in their system or there's a lot in there and we just don't know how to get it out. So somewhere along the spectrum. We want to start to, again, as I said, education, understanding what this is. So you're doing that here with me today. The second thing is to start to listen to these biological impulses, to start to really tune in to all of these basic elements of our body. And I mentioned going to the bathroom, but also when you're hungry, when you're full, when you're thirsty. Even working with those basic pieces will build your capacity to be with all the other elements, the emotional elements. So be very cautious, be very interested and connected to hunger cues, cues of fullness, because that is being driven also by parts of our nervous system. Thirst, fatigue, impulses of, I think I'm going to walk down this street today. I don't know why. I always walk to the grocery store that way, but something's telling me to just go this other way. Go with that impulse. Same if you're driving. Listen to the impulses. Being able to listen to those impulses and act with them, granted, of course, that they're safe to do so, it starts to build that capacity, that muscle to listen to our biology. Another key one, and I teach this in my drop-in classes. I've got one coming up on Saturday, also in my programs, and I've got some articles and videos on the importance of orienting. So Crystal can pop up one of those, again, on the comments or YouTube in the Show More section. When we are living in a lot of survival stress, if we were that kiddo that had a very scary environment, bad things happen to us, we're going to disconnect from our orientation to the world. One of the key pieces to rebuild capacity and rebuild back the ability to have these emotions like anger come up and out is to reorient to the here and now and really know where we are, see where we are, and connect with our body into that space. If we don't do these pieces at the beginning, what happens is if we have an anger piece come out, and I'm going to use one example. So definitely somewhere in history, a parent has screamed at their child. A parent has hit their child, right? We know this is true. I've seen it happen myself. At the end of the day, I think we can vouch, no one wants to hurt their children. They don't. But there is a survival element coming up where that adult loses focus on the here and now. They come out of their social engagement brain, they go into their autonomic nervous system fight brain, and before they know it, they're smacking their kid, they're smacking their spouse, they're smacking their dog, they're yelling at the child, whatever. They're going into this behavior without even realizing it's happening. So part of us working with this explosive, violent expression of anger is to learn how to be connected to the here and now and pause. One could say this is why mindfulness is important in meditation, but the problem with that, just classic mindfulness meditation practice, is if there's a lot of that survival energy inside and the body, the brain doesn't know how to deal with it, you might go into that practice and it's going to feel terrible. So this is why some of these basic practices, again, listening to the biology, being able to feel things like thirst, hunger, the need to rest, etc., following our impulses, walking down the street when we're driving, and then also being able to connect to the environment. And you can even do it right now while I'm talking, right? I'm babbling a lot. What's it like to feel your pelvis on the chair that you're on or your feet on the ground and really look away, see, look away from the screen, move the head consciously, actively, ask the movements to come. And you might notice, and some of you can comment if you feel this, if you just do a little experiment right now, you may notice a breath that comes. You may notice a sigh that comes. You may notice that you're sitting in a funny way. So these are ways that we can build capacity so that we can form and lay the groundwork so that we can start to work on these emotions that have been stored, these physiological sensations that were there for a reason at some point, but then they got stamped on and basically got sucked inside and suppressed. Hey everyone, Irene Lyon here. Thank you for watching this short video. If you want to watch the full-length video, just click somewhere near here and be sure to subscribe to this channel, as well as my full-length channel, Irene Lyon. Keep learning, keep healing. We'll see you next time.